What happens when you get the Pope mad, fruit drug smugglers, and Germans gone ham? Find out next on Funny Affairs Now. Hey there, welcome to Funny Affairs Now, where we take the world's most jaw-dropping headlines and flip them into laugh-out-loud stories. I'm your host, Aaliyah, your guide through the latest news chaos with a twist of comedy. Whether it's politicians in a pickle, courtroom capers, or squatters hosting house parties, we're here to make sense of it all. Get ready to dive into today's funniest affairs and stick around because more madness will always come. Hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. Aboard his trusty papal plane, Pope Francis was returning from a whirlwind tour of Asia when he decided it was time to make some headlines. With a twinkle in his eye and a microphone in hand, he leaned toward the press, who were waiting eagerly for his latest thoughts on world peace or maybe a new saint. Instead, they got both Trump and Harris. Anti-life. He paused, allowing the words to sink in, then continued, one wants to throw out migrants and the other supports abortion. Choose the lesser evil. The press corps exploded into a flurry of typing, smartphones out, tweeting faster than they could think. Did he just call the U.S. election a battle of evils? Asked one bewildered reporter. Is this a papal roast? Asked another, nervously checking for lightning bolts. Francis shrugged. Hey, I'm just saying, I'm not American. I don't have to choose. He took a sip of his holy water, which might have had a splash of Italian wine in it, and smiled. But if I did, I'd probably flip a coin or consult the Almighty, assuming he's not as tired of this election as I am. Over in the US, both campaigns were scrambling to respond. Trump's team immediately hit Twitter. Pope Francis is wrong. Nobody loves life more than me. Migrants love me. Babies love me. Meanwhile, his advisors were furiously Googling how to reconcile papal critiques with populist rhetoric. Harris, calm and composed, went live on Instagram with her response. We appreciate the Pope's insights, but we're pretty sure he's not a registered voter in Wisconsin. She then announced a new plan to meet with Catholic leaders across America, joking that her first stop might be whatever parish has the best potluck. Back at the Vatican, the Pope's aides were in crisis mode. We've got to clarify his statements, exclaimed the cardinal. Make sure everyone knows he meant choose life, not choose chaos. But it was too late. The internet had spoken. Memes featuring the Pope flipping a coin between Trump and Harris flooded social media. One popular GIF had the Pope dramatically rolling his eyes while a halo appeared with the words, "Good luck, America." Meanwhile, in Europe, world leaders were enjoying the spectacle. Macron chuckled over croissants, while Angela Merkel shook her head, muttering Americans and their politics. Justin Trudeau tried to stay neutral but found himself liking a few of the Pope memes on social media. Pope Francis, delighted by the global attention, decided to hold a special mass dedicated to choosing wisely and joked to the congregation. Remember, it's not just the lesser evil you choose, it's the lesser evil you can live with for 4 years. As his plane took off once more, the world wondered what Pope Francis's next statement would be and whether he'd weigh in on the Eurovision Song Contest next. In the meantime, Americans were left to ponder their lesser evil. Choices with a little more humor, a little more faith, and maybe, just maybe, a little more clarity. In what may go down as the weirdest grocery store plot twist of the year, federal agents discovered over 2,300 pounds of meth hidden on celery at a farmer's market outside Atlanta. Looks like we found the world's most expensive salad ingredient, joked a DEA agent at a press conference. We knew people didn't like celery, but this is taking it to the extreme, he added. DEA Special Agent Robert Murphy elaborated. The drugs were found inside a semi-truck at the market. They were using celery to hide the meth. Obviously, we had to throw away the celery. It didn't make it to the store somewhere. A celery farmer sighed with relief that his crop wouldn't be used as a cover for crime this time, but the creativity didn't stop at celery. The agent continued, we found drugs in everything from jalapeno paste to flour bags. You name it, they've tried it. Turns out, veggies are the new secret weapon in the drug trade. In a separate incident in California, customs officers uncovered nearly 6 tons of meth concealed within a squash shipment. We thought the squash looked a bit too juicy. An officer laughed. When you need K9 units to inspect your vegetables, you know something's off. Just days later, the border agents at Otay Mesa stumbled upon another haul, this time involving meth cleverly wrapped in packaging designed to look like watermelons. Imagine our surprise when we realized the watermelons were fake. Rosa Hernandez, port director for Ote Mesa, said, "It looked like the set of a poorly funded magic show. The fake watermelons turned out to contain over 4,500 pounds of meth. Apparently, they hoped that if it looks like fruit, it can't be drugs," Hernandez added. Spoiler, it didn't work. All these discoveries were part of Operation Apollo, a mission to combat drug trafficking across the Mexico border. An official explained, "We're committed to stopping drugs from getting into our communities. Whether it's hidden in celery or disguised as fruit, we've seen it all." To date, Operation Apollo has seized millions of dollars worth of methamphetamine in less than 2 weeks. First celery, then squash, now fake watermelons. What's next? Smuggling in the baby carrots, and Agent Joe shaking his head. It's like every day's a new episode of Breaking Veggies. During a lively presidential debate, former President Donald Trump made a bold claim about Germany's energy policies. Germany tried going green, and within a year they were back to building normal energy plants. He declared, suggesting that the country had ditched its renewable energy ambitions in favor of fossil fuels. The crowd buzzed, the pundits gasped. In Germany, well, they decided to clap back. The next day, Germany's Federal Foreign Office took to social media with a message dripping in sarcasm. Like it or not, Germany's energy system is fully operational with more than 50% renewables, and we are shutting down, not building coal and nuclear plants. They even added a cheeky postscript, "P.S. We also don't eat cats and dogs," referencing Trump's bizarre claim about Haitian migrants in Springfield, Ohio. The tweet went viral, leaving Twitter users cackling over the unexpected international roast. German State Minister Anna Luhrmann added, "Contradiction with facts and humor, that is the right answer to disinformation." As if to say, you may have your reality, but we have Twitter. Germany's response was not just witty, it was also a masterclass in fact-checking with flair. They reminded the world that they are still on track to phase out coal by 2038 and have already shut down their last nuclear power plants. "We're not just planting windmills," they seem to suggest, "we're planting shade." Meanwhile, Trump doubled down, saying that if Harris were elected, fracking would end on day one and fossil fuel would be dead. Germany's response was essentially challenge accepted, but please leave us out of your fantasies. Trump also couldn't resist bringing up his old nemesis, the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. He blamed Biden for killing the Keystone Pipeline, but approving the single biggest deal Russia ever made. Germany, however, kept their focus on their renewable achievements, tactfully ignoring Trump's attempt to drag them into a new round of energy debates. Never underestimate Germany's ability to fact-check, especially when they're armed with a Twitter account. As debates continue to spark, one thing is clear: in the age of social media, every world leader has become their own meme generator.